Could you tell us a bit about your role for Blaine?
Yeah, I'm a health improvement officer at Blaby District Council, so that means that I'm responsible for improving the health and wellbeing of our residents and also the staff at Blaby District Council. So mental health is an issue that I deal with as mental health and wellbeing of our residents, and this is a project that I've developed with our arts officer to boost the mental health of our residents. We call it Arts for Health rather than calling it Arts for Mental Health or Arts for Wellbeing, just because it was more succinct calling it Arts for Health, and it made it, what we didn't want it to be was a space to talk about your mental health problems. We wanted it to be a space where adults with mental health problems could come and put those problems to one side and boost their health and well-being through doing different forms of arts.
So look at some of the samples that I've got, or you can just use this envelope's got all the templates in it.
You don't get me perfectly content.
It might look quite fantastic.
I think it would, yeah.
I was surprised actually at how well it was taken up really. Everyone really enjoyed writing poetry and the quality as well. Everyone was really good at it. Often it's difficult to write things down on paper, especially if it's personal thoughts and things. But everyone loved it and took it in their stride and developed some really good poetry.
So what do you think about poetry then?
Poetry, exciting words, describing things, healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah. Powerful politicians prepare pathetic performances prompting public protest. Perhaps pianists provide perfect percussion, putting people past prehistoric predators, permanently puzzling prize puddings, perpetrating prisoners. Pint please, private parts.
How has it been? How have you found it?
Initially a little bit daunting, always the same meeting, different members of a group, and but as the weeks went by we got familiar with the tutor, and he made us feel at ease with and the challenges he was giving us made it fun, entertaining. Dove flies above the skies, a sign of peace, tranquility, almost perfect setting for the country. Dove flies above the skies, not the slightest cloud in sight, freedom to fly in flight. Dove flies above the skies, away from the ground below, away from the city and its shadows. Cut.
What's been the best thing about the group then? What's been the best thing, do you think?
The best thing I believe is having that opportunity to come away from the mundane things at home, to come to a centre where we're all experiencing the same enjoyment. And I quit. Today's the day I'm going to quit. Just one more fag and that'll be it. And then I went out and bought another 20. All this expense, and I don't feel too healthy. I've made an appointment to see my GP. Wait till he hears my cough and wheezing. Nicotine patches, whatever it takes to stop this addiction and giving me the shakes. Just one more fag and that'll be it. Tomorrow's the day I'm going to quit.
Right, my son died 4 years ago, and this is a poem about him, because he blamed me for everything, and he used to say Daddy did it. When Nobby did anything wrong, it wasn't him, the little git. Daddy did it. When strange noise escaped his form, he was innocent, because Daddy did it. When he decided an old lady to hit, it wasn't him, oh no, Daddy did it. Will you two pack it in? He started it. No, he started it. Daddy did it. When in a church, does anybody have any just cause? Shut up! He shouted at the top of his voice. Above the silent wedding gathered. It was not me, but guess what? Daddy did it. Well, we do various activities, obviously regarding art. We're doing printing at the moment, and we've done poetry, and I think we're doing portraiture next.
Right, okay.
And it just involves us all getting involved in the arts to help us, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think being creative, or how do you think being creative can boost well-being? Do you think it can?
I think it definitely can, because it allows you to express things, get things out, where otherwise it'd manifest in anger perhaps, if you didn't. Detached from emotion am I, a derelict humanoid, with urges that wheel without romance. A love so embedded in torture it cannot surface beyond my wretched thoughts. A cerebral chastity belt braced tightly in bloody blades, so to remind me of my suffering, to wrap me in comforting bleed. My silent cylinders are drained dry, a brittle art of dead trees. With a distant pulse I stagger through the eternal fields of the hollow day, shifting through the empty grinding gears of nothingness, driving a nail through my brain, boring into the voice of my deepness, where the hemispheres of nostalgia feed on my memories. Memories are all I have left, a residue of a past laughter that haunts my screaming mind, like a parasite that bores into its unwilling host. I must die or be eaten by my grief, be the feeder or the feast. Supper's ready, I straddle the table of infinity, a bloodied knife beholds mine hand. It cries the rim of life, and covers me in its sticky crimson soup. There's been a killing on the inside, please have mercy on my soul. Mine was a crime of passion, and I'm willing to dance with a rope. I succumb to the song of passage, now the music has called my tune. We really enjoyed the poetry because I think it took a lot of us out of a shell. And we was able to, we've been performing as I am now obviously, and you know, I should be used to that sort of thing, but I do get a bit shifty at times doing these things. The little man has finished his song, its words are over now, he has gone. He lived to talk and taught to live. He always spoke, whoever he was with. He never wandered, he never strayed. He has no memory or where he was made. His eyes are empty, his heart is still, a plastic corpse with a plastic will.
I did write a poem at school at one stage, at high school, called Enigma, and that was a bit strange, but I haven't written a lot of poetry. I wrote this poem in hospital at Christmas time, Christmas 2009, but it was just how I felt about things, really. Sometimes you feel you are struggling to be alive, and then you realise that things are perhaps going your way sometimes, and then at the end sunshine does come out and cut the colours and make you feel good about life, and it's a fresh start, a fresh day. I often wonder what it takes to survive. Sunday knocking on the door, still I'm alive. Beside you there's a new day, gain strength from what they all say, with knowledge you won't pay. Just remember the sunshine and the colours being the promise of a new day. I did the poetry sessions, yeah.
How did you find them?
Quite interesting. There's some good techniques on how to actually write poems and what have you, which was quite interesting.
Had you ever done anything like that before?
I hadn't, no.
Oh wow.
My dad found out about it. My dad and his partner were looking in the Leicester Mercury, and And they spotted it in the Mercury and said, you want to give them a ring, see if you can go along. So.
Oh, I'm really glad you did.
There's quite a few people that I speak to, you know, are interested in something like this, but perhaps don't find out about it. Really. That's the main thing, isn't it, really?
This is called on the buses, really. I worked at a bus on the buses and I enjoyed my work. The garage I worked at was 90 years old. The buses are old, and one day I saw, on arrival at work, a new livery were there. I could hardly wait to see which one I would drive. The passengers would smile. Their comments would vary. I felt I would enjoy my day until the end of my first trip, and saw damage to a seat upstairs. On this gleaming new double-decker bus, my lovely day had come to an abrupt end so soon. It had to be returned to the garage, and I had to take time out to make out a report. Oh, what a start to a lovely day. That was that one.
Ralph, you've been attending these Arts for Health sessions over the past 7-8 weeks.
I do believe I have, yes.
Doing a lot of poetry.
Well, I do enjoy that too, yes.
Yeah.
And it's very relaxing, to be quite truthful with you, yeah, and I do enjoy it.
Yeah, so it's been good. What's it been like? I mean, what can you say?
Well, my life has been very hectic. I did 31 years as a bus driver, and I was so stressed behind that wheel. It's wonderful to be able to see the other side of life, where you can relax a little bit and enjoy what you're doing, you know, and to relax is a wonderful thing. And I really am glad I've taken this thing up, you know, because it's really out of the ordinary for me. I've never done this sort of thing before in my life. What does poetry wear? This is what it's called. It's light and airy, like a silk scarf blowing in the wind. It's free and eager to have its way, and it wants to drift and express itself. What is poetry's favourite colour? I would think it's a pastel shade, not too deep. I think everyone's got this scope to do these things. It's just whether they sit down and give time to it. You know, you've got to give time to this sort of thing, and it's wonderful if you can do that. And not everybody can just sit and do these things. They've got to be able to relax first of all, and then they've got to take time out to actually think about what they're doing and do it. And you can actually do it, you know. It's marvellous what you can actually do when you really try hard enough to do it. And I'm so grateful to you, Lydia, for letting me join this little group, you know.